Hey guys, Tony here. And I know it's been a while. Been a long while, right? A long while since I made a vlog for you guys. And I figured today is a pretty good day to do it. And this one might end up being a little long because there's a lot of stuff I gotta get off my chest. So, let's take a trip back. Now, if you look at some of my older videos from a year ago around this time, I was happy. Yeah, I thought I was. And I thought everything was going great. But it wasn't. I was being naive and I was dumb to the situation. I didn't actually know what was going on. And it's just one of those things. But given what I found out in recent events, I gotta chalk this up to another life lesson. So, my now ex-girlfriend, Jennifer Brenner, which, if you remember, I talked very highly of her when I would talk about her. When we started seeing each other last year in January, she was still seeing her ex, Andrew, sexually and physically, and mentally and emotionally. She was still trying to get with him while she was trying to work on getting with me. And that continued and continued and continued until I found out in July. And it continued after that too, because she was still trying to reach out to him and email him and saying that she loved him and this and that and this and that. And so I told her I was going to forgive her, we were going to work on it. Well, when I went to jail in August, and I just recently found this out, when I was in jail in August, her kids' father came to my house and she had sex with him. She had sent him a text message that night that I went to jail and said that I was going to be in jail for 90 days. And sent him, some dirty pictures. And I just, I didn't find out about that until recently, and it was very disappointing. And because when I had gotten out of jail, I'd asked her ex, Dave, I was like, did anything happen when I was in jail? And that 6'4", 275-pound tub of jello, said no. He lied to my face. And so recently, the fights have gotten more progressive with Jen and I, arguments, just stupid arguments about cheating and not cheating. And the thing is, I've never cheated on her. I didn't cheat on my ex-wife. I just don't understand why it's happened to me twice in my life, And there's just a lot of stuff that is really disappointing. Because I was ready to give Jennifer everything. I wanted her to be my forever. And what had happened is we lost her house. She painted the walls while my landlord was in Florida. And her kids they kind of ran roughshod on the house and kind of tore it up a bit. Well, my landlord got back from Florida and he said, on Mother's Day, he said, I think you guys should find somewhere else to live. And so we had until Father's Day to take everything taken care of. Well, our fights had gotten progressive throughout that time, and so my buddy John was like, hey, you can come stay with me, you and Jen, and they just don't have the space for all the kids. So I was like, all right, well, we'll figure something out. And the kids were going to go out to their dad's house, and Jen was going to go see the kids every day. Meanwhile, Jen was spending a lot of money that we just didn't have. She wasn't saving anything. She was buying pot, and I don't even smoke pot. She does, but I don't, and it just kept building into that and building into that. And on Father's Day, she had sent Dave a text message. She's like, I need to get my girls out of here. And Dave was like, oh, Tony's drama? Whatever their thing was. And so this past Friday, I was at my other job. And earlier in the day on Friday, she had called and said her grandmother was dying. And she was going to stay in Grand Rapids for the day with her kids and her mother. And I was like, oh, okay. I get it. So I had sent her a text, and I was like, well, hey, I'll see you later. And we go through Metro PCS, so it tells us, when the message gets read and delivered. The message said on delivered from 4:15 in the afternoon until well into Saturday. And so I had called her at 10 o'clock on Friday after I'd closed. And her daughter, Allison, answered the phone after I called 5 times, and they kept sending me a voicemail. And I said, Allison, where's your mother at? And she said, in the room with my dad. And I was like, okay, put your mom on the phone. And when Jen got on the phone, I said, were you planning on coming back tonight? And she goes, no, I was just going to stay out here. And that lack of communication, and, Allison pretty much called her out for cheating, and I just, she said I freaked out, because I went back to my buddy John's house, and I packed up all the stuff of hers, and I put it out at the side of the road, and I sent her a text like, you need to come get your stuff, it's starting to rain. I sent a text to her mom, told her the same, and her sister, because she wasn't responding to any of my text messages, and I was like, okay, well, she needs to be able to get her stuff, so, let's let them know. And so later that night, my buddy John and I drove out to Grand Rapids to see if Jen's car was at her mom's house. It wasn't there. And Jen said that she was out looking for a new turtle for her son that her friend had lost. But it's funny because her voice-to-text messages that she was sending, she met somebody at 11:15, the voice-to-text messages that she was sending to people, and her phone was still saying she was at her mom's house. But her car wasn't there. And so, yep. And then she came to my buddy John's house Saturday to pick up her stuff after I'd went to work. And she told my buddy John that she could now fuck whoever she wanted to fuck because I'd broken up with her. And so I went to Grand Rapids last night, to the first spot where I had real feelings for her, and it was at Dean Lake. And I called her anonymously because she had blocked my number. And I said to her, I was like, don't hang up, please. I would like to see you one last time and say goodbye. I don't want to fight. And we got there. And as I was telling her, this is the first place where I realized that I loved you and I wanted to move mountains for you and I want to give you forever. Then she started saying that I freaked out about this and I freaked out about that. And it was at that point when I was saying those things to her that I realized that inside I wasn't feeling anything anymore. It just wasn't there. And so we argued a little bit, and I got in my car. I went and did my third job. When I got back to my buddy John's house this morning, I sent her one final email and I told her, I'm done. Completely done. And so today I went to Metro PCS and I disconnected her line and her daughter's line. And they don't give you like a 1-day grace period to pay your bill. You have to pay it on the fly. So I did. I canceled out their phone numbers. And as much as I hate to say it, there's probably a lot of people that Jen cheated on me with that I just didn't know about. And I'm just going to have to chalk this one up to a life lesson. But I'm going to try to get back into doing the vlogging thing. I don't know. It's just, I work all the time now and I'm always busy. But I'm not going to be sad about this because it's just not worth being sad about. A weight was lifted off of my shoulders. I took care of her kids last year. I made sure that her kids were fed. I got her kids to school every day on time. I made sure they were home safely, all while working and trying to handle everything else. And I paid all of her bills. I did everything in my power to make her happy and to give her love. And her way of showing that she appreciated my love was by cheating on me numerous times. And so for me though, she's a little bit of an exhibitionist, so we've got videos and pictures and stuff. So I guess I always have that to remember her by, but honestly, I don't know if I want to remember her by that, because I can only imagine how many other people remembered her by that too. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up. I thought it was gonna be longer than this, but I'll give you it short and skinny because there was just so many layers to it. I started going crazy trying to figure out what I did wrong. And honestly, I didn't do anything wrong. I never cheated on her, never thought of cheating on her. I wanted to be with Jennifer Brenner for the rest of my life. And that wasn't her plan. She wanted the thrill of the chase, and she got complacent and she got bored. And she wanted to keep that thrill going, so when she'd go out to Grand Rapids, she was probably doing whatever. And I'll never know, because I know that she's not honest with me. And those are my two rules. I want honesty and loyalty. Those are the two things I want in life, just honesty and loyalty. And she couldn't give me either of them. So it is what it is. But yeah, I'm going to wrap this up. I got to go take a shower and stuff. I got court tomorrow, and I got other stuff I got to do. So I will, like I said, I'd like to get back into doing this. It might take me a couple days to try to get back into the swing of it, but all right, guys. I will see you next time.